Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play World of Warcraft Storytime. And I'm so sorry. I actually forgot to record an episode for today. Oh, and I'm sorry, but I cannot provide you with an episode because I've got 15 minutes until I'm supposed to be at a friend's, which means... Oh! That's another player. Another player who's kind of a jerk. Didn't realize he was another player. Okay. Yeah, I only saw the knoll there, so yeah. But I think this episode will be aired on Tuesday. I'm really sorry about this. I recorded for Warcraft 3 today, and I totally forgot about the time. So I can't say how sorry I am. It was a misjudgment, a personal misjudgment. So guys, I don't know how to say this. I strive to have another episode of Storytime up for next week. I'm sorry, I really am. Yeah, there were a lot of unforeseen contingencies in the last 2 days where I didn't have as much time to record as I would have wanted to, and yeah, I'm not going to elaborate on this, just so you know, it was really just my fail, and not going to drop this project. I really like it. I like to talk about the lore so much, and talking on the top of my head, so there's no script involved, which makes it a little bit harder for me because I really do not know where I left off. But I think I remember that we wanted to talk about Mediev and the story of the Guardians, because the Guardians of Tirisfal, which is kind of here where we have started out, and those Guardians of Tirisfal, they're some kind of wizards from Dalaran, human wizards, and to bring that back. So the we need to have a very long how do I call this? We need to pretty much talk about a long time past, because this of the human mages, the Guardians of Tirisfal, or the Guardian of Tirisfal, and the Council of Six. The story originates back in the War of the Ancients, where right after the thundering, the High Elves, or former Highborn, were split off of their own people. So Malfurion and Tyrande, they kind of became the new leader for the Night Elves, and they banned every magical or mystical art from their people in order to protect them and not lure the Burning Legion back to this planet again, because they only saw the threat of another demon invasion and not the benefits that could be reaped with magical guidance. So, of course, the former Highborn, who were also very addicted to their magics, magic was their life. They were sorcerers supreme, and they needed to practice their arts, and they needed to, they needed to still, they needed to, oh my god, just turn in the quest and then
what can I do for you?
Some of the older lumberjacks tell me that the Red Pine lived in the area several years ago, but left when the plague arrived. That doesn't make it okay for them to steal, though. I'll just put this back over in the lumber stores outside. Nephelion probably won't even notice it was missing.
Safe travels.
Oh. Okay.
Hello.
I don't want to order some sort of mass Gnoll genocide because of a mother's worries. I just like to feel safe in my own home. Thank you, Rianko. I'll be throwing these in the fire. We don't want those Gnolls just sneaking in and stealing them back. Okay. We
See
just
you around.
got another mail boots. So, yeah. Just getting my line of thought again. Chain of thought. Where was I? So, the Highborn, they split from their own people. They took 2 or 3 vials of the Well of Eternity with them, and they were guided by Dathrema Sunstrider, whom I've talked about in my War of the Ancients recap. So he is now the leader of the Highborn, or High Elves as they're called now, Keldorai, in the Telesian or Night Elven tongue. So he became the first king of the Keldorai, and the House of Sunstrider held that title for a very long time, since right after the happenstances of the Burning Crusade. So when Kelphus broke loose from his own people, and he even attacked his own people in Silvermoon, trying to secure the Naru he sent them. So right until then, the House of Sunstrider held the title of High King, or King of the Keldorai, or Sindorai as they were later called. So this is kind of important, because now we've got 2 splinter factions of the Night Elven people. First are the Keldorai, and the other are the Kaldorai. So Kaldorai means child of the stars, and Keldorai means high child. I think there is no really good literal translation. So let's see what High Lord Tyrion
We shall triumph.
Rianko, it is truly a pleasure. I know you are young and still training, but I've had my eye on you. We, among the Argent Crusade, are always looking for promising new recruits, and you have indeed shown great promise. I have no immediate task for you, but merely wish... come on.
Put your faith in the light.
But merely wished to meet you in person and see for myself what type of undead you really were. For the time being, the amenities of Hearthglen are yours to enjoy. I look forward to our next meeting, Rianko. You
Find the
dismissed.
strength within you.
Okay, we've got Delgaren. I've been in many places in my life, good warrior. I fought the battles for Ankiraj, passed through the Dark Portal into Outland, and joined the Argent Crusade to beat down Scourge in Coldest Fall. And you're just going to walk out on me.
Greetings.
But before it all, I was a farmer here in Lordaeron. Now I find myself here in Hearthglen, a scant few miles from home. It's time I paid my respects. I'm headed to the Mender's stead before I return home. I wouldn't mind meeting up with you again once I get there.
For the Alliance.
And we've got Daria El Rain.
Greetings.
Greetings, how do you do? My name is Daria. I'm one of the priests in charge of preserving the peace here in Hearthglen. One of my duties involves maintaining the tower down the trail to the southeast of Hearthglen. This particular tower is of personal importance to the High Lord. It is the place where his son was killed. With the recent incursions of gnolls, however, maintenance of the tower has grown difficult. Will you help me rid the trail of some of these gnoll vandals so I can do my duty?
May the stars guide you.
The kingdom of Kelphalas was established, High Elven Kingdom, blah blah blah, and then we get to the arrival of men, the kingdom of Arathor, the king of Arathor who helped the the High Elven to defend themselves against the forest trolls who were still predominant in the region. And another
Can I
quest.
help you?
Finally, you're here! Get to work! My men have been sparring with these wooden practice dummies for far too long. Sure, you can learn how to swing a sword by practicing with a dummy, but real combat requires a real combatant. I had asked for them to send me someone imposing. Suppose a skinny, armed, undead warrior will have to do. Now, get in there and teach my men how to fight.
Be careful.
Okay.
Ishnu Allah.
Ishnu Allah.
Good luck, friend.
Yes, and so the first men, they were helping the newly formed kingdom of Kel'Thalas,
Hello.
and
Have a good one.
in
Not ready yet.
return, the High Elven people started to teach men about magics.
See you
Because,
later.
of course, since the War of the Ancients, the usage of magic has quite changed. Because back then they were drawing upon the raw power of the Well of Eternity, whereas now the well was gone, scattered into the air, and the magic was permeating the land. So now even the High Elves had to learn a little bit of their art or craft new.
The
And
eternal
they
sun guides us.
were willing to share with first men. So when
Isn't ready yet.
they helped out, men learned about magics, and they founded the yeah, not kingdom, but the heaven supposed for sorcerers, which is now called Dalaran. Well, it was at a later point in time, but somewhere between then and now, Dalaran was formed. It's located right here. So yeah, there, see there, the Dalaran crater, and yeah, at some point in time, the Legion returned, but not as you might have guessed with another invasion, but
You need something?
with a
See you
few
around.
chance encounters, like for instance a demon that was pillaging the land, and this particular demon was strong and
Baladash Malanore. Be
yeah,
ready
couldn't
for
be
anything.
handled that easily. So the Council of Six, they decided upon a matter to even the odds. And evening the odds they did, they found someone and they channeled their magics into that special someone. And that special someone was called the Guardian of Tirisfal, and he fought against the demons. But let's turn the quest.
What can I do for you?
I'm just looking over my paperwork here, and it says that we were expecting a male undead warrior. You're not, Lieutenant Miner looks at you awkwardly. Never mind. It would appear that you are not the person that I originally hired, but you did a great job, so I'm going to pay you anyhow. Say, I never caught your name. Rienko? Pleased to meet you, Rienko. I've got one more problem that needs fixing, and you have a look about you that just screams, I am a problem fixer. There's a small mine on the northern edge of Hearthland, where we get most of the ore the town needs. My dredges who work the mine normally do a decent job. Unfortunately, it seems that a larger than average spider has taken up residence within the cave. Think you can clear things up for me?
See you around.
Of course we can. So, the first Guardian, he slaughtered the demons and protected Tirisfal and Azeroth for a very long time. But when the obvious thing happened, the Guardian at some point in time became too old and too frail to continue his job. He again, no.
That ability isn't ready yet.
Why is he always standing there where I'm standing? And every time I don't get he's a player.
Ready yet.
Really getting annoying, bro. It really is.
Can't do that yet.
So. You're frightened, guys. It's okay. So, he named a successor, and so the line of successors continued until one day there was a rather odd successor, or at least odd in yeah, the eyes of the council at the time, because the successor to well, the latest successor in line was a girl, and she was called Adwin. Adwin was rather headstrong, but she did the job right, and she did the job well. So yeah, she was doing this job for such a long time that she got cocky, and she used her magics to stop her aging process, and wanted to continue doing the job using her power, and she started not to rely on the council anymore, which at the time consisted of males. But the time was about to come, and Zagras again stepped into this world, and this time it was only the avatar of Zagras, and this was, I think it was in Northrend, but I may be mistaken. So she of course got very cocky and simply slaughtered the avatar of Zagras, but she didn't recognize his foul touch in her, because his spirit possessed that of Adwin, and he hid inside her. He hid until the time was right. But of course Adwin wasn't that stupid, so she knew that she couldn't left the corpse of Zagras, even if it was only the avatar and not the actual body of the fallen titan. She couldn't let this thing lay around for anyone to find, because the magics in the avatar was already pretty strong, and yeah, she wanted to protect the body from yeah, from others who would try to harm the world or to gain the magics for their personal use, which is why she sealed the body of Zagras away and hid the tomb under the waves, which is actually somewhere near the Maelstrom. So this is where the latest World of Warcraft expansion will be taking place. In Legion we will get to the Tomb of Zagras on the Broken Isles and yeah, bash his head in, I think. I must admit, Irianko, I've been using my mind vision spell to keep tabs on you, and I must say, the number of gnolls you found on the trail is truly staggering. Allow me to concentrate for a moment. You feel Daria's mind vision travel elsewhere when it returns to you. Further down the trail, south of Talen's Tower, the gnolls have carved out a small meeting area to the east of the main road. Something is happening there. I'm not certain what. We should investigate. I will look for anything out of the ordinary. You just protect yourself. Okay. This is where Legion takes place, and later on someone else, someone important will die on that prison for the corpse. So Adwin got pretty cocky and continued doing the job for a very long time, but at some point the council insisted on her naming a successor, but she wouldn't want any successor to be named, because she didn't want to give her powers to a male who yeah, she didn't like her successor being someone she wouldn't approve of. So she tricked someone. She tricked Sir Nihilus Iran, who is still in the Tower of Karazhan, or his spirit at least is, and he was always fascinated with Adwin, and he was pretty vain, so she seduced him into giving her a son, and this son should be her successor, and this son was called Medivh or Mediev. I don't know how you pronounce it, still not. So don't even try to correct me. Yeah, and this infant, when this infant was made, Zagras, he saw his opportunity and he slipped into the body of the newly formed fetus. So now that fetus was possessed with Sagaras, and Medivh was sometime born, and he received the gift of the Guardian at the tender age of 18. So this is the first part of the story of Medivh. We will continue the story next episode because we are almost out of time. Just going to read the quest. Gnolls and Necromancy! What a surprise! And I thought that, here in the Western Plaguelands, we had put these dark days behind us. He sends Darius' eye focusing on something on the ground. Wait, what is that? See those regions over there? And these supplies right here? Those belong to the Argent Crusade. Gnolls are known for thievery, but as far as I know, Hearthglen hasn't had any incursions since the Red Pine came. Very suspicious. I know a few helpful folks within Hearthglen. Morel's Wand, Outfitter Mendeleev, Bree Ironstock, and High Cleric. All can be trusted and are well connected. Question them to find out if they know anything about these lost supplies. Okay, will do. So, we will see what the story of Medivh holds in the next episode. I think I can make one for Thursday, and this time, promise, I will keep to my schedule and have one ready at Sunday. Big promise. Hopefully I can stick to it. So, see you again on Sunday. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.